Boy, have you ever heard of this? We gonna get into this. We gonna get straight into it. Before we do, please put a like on the vid. So PnB Rock was killed by a teen that his dad, the dad of the teen, sent him in to rob PnB Rock. He was the getaway driver and stuff like that. Let's read this because what's going on is the judge says that he's not competent enough. He's not competent enough to go through the legal proceedings. Wow. Let's read this. Rolling Stone reports that the judge ruled that the alleged teen charged with PnB Rock's murder is not competent to stand trial due to lacking the mental capacity to follow a criminal proceeding. Wow. The California teen charged with the shooting and killing of hip hop star PnB Rock nearly 2 years ago appeared in Los Angeles County courtroom Friday as a temporary judge overseeing his juvenile case agreed he was not yet competent to stand trial. So more than one person was involved in this decision. Wearing a bright orange detention center uniform, the teen, whose name is being withheld by Rolling Stone, sat quietly during the morning hearing in Compton. Prosecutors say he was 17 years old when he walked into the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles restaurant in South Los Angeles on September 12, 2022, and fired multiple shots at the rising rapper, born Rakim Allen. The teen allegedly swiped several pieces of jewelry from him and his terrified fiancée, Stephanie, as the middle child rapper lay bleeding on the floor. Commissioner Sharonda P. Bradford says Friday that the alleged shooter was receiving a range of services while in custody, but that an expert recommendation said he still lacked the necessary competency to follow a criminal proceeding. The quote is, "The recommendation is that the previous order remain," Commissioner Bradford said. "The proceeding remains suspended. Remediation continues." A follow-up hearing was set for next month. Now listen, there are a lot of things that I could say. First thing I'm going to say is rest in peace to PnB Rock. God bless his family. I know that they are seeking justice in this situation and hopefully they get it, but outside of that, one of the things that I often say is one of the main reasons I would never want to get in the streets is because not only because it's deadly, but it's because I'm a rational individual. I'm a rational individual. And when it comes to violent people who have an inclination to be violent, a lot of people in the streets are that way. And it gets really deadly. So the thing about that is a lot of those people are not the most rational people. A lot of those people are emotional. So if you mix emotion with a lack of an ability to rationalize things and stuff like that or be rational, that's just a recipe for disaster. Now take it a step further, because it's one thing to not be rational. It's another thing to be completely or just extremely mentally incompetent for whatever reason. For whatever reason, whether you have some type of condition, whether it's been diagnosed or it's undiagnosed. In a lot of these cases, it goes undiagnosed by the parents, and that could be something that's going on with this kid who's 19. He's pretty much a man now, but whatever. That could be going on with him. But the other thing outside of that is it might not be that. It might just be that when it came to his parents in developing him, they didn't do a good job. They didn't do a good job with the foundational fundamentals, helping him get his motor skills and all of that stuff before school. So when he got into school, he was behind. And when it came down to it, he never caught up. It could be one of those two things. And I'm not talking about this individual, but I'm talking in general when it comes to a lot of the people in the streets who are not just emotional, not just irrational, but also have an extreme lack of competency. Just really just not there mentally to where it's like, I'm trying to be respectful. They may have some type of mental disability that keeps them from being, competent. But then you have something else to where, it might not even be a disability. It just might be a lack of, training and things of that nature from a young age that led to them being behind in education and just everything the whole time. So I laid that picture out. I painted that picture just now to say, like, if you get in the streets and you have a discrepancy with one of these types of individuals, take all of that stuff that I said and then just add on the fact that they have an inclination for violence. You're dealing with a savage, not like, oh, Chief Keef Savage and it sounds cool to be. You're dealing with a caveman. You're dealing with someone who is just wild. And once they get to that point where they want to kill you, there is not much that you could do other than defend yourself. That's it. That's it. That's it. You give a guy like that a gun, and you as a father in this specific situation, send him in to do a simple robbery. And he just shoots dude immediately. I mean, when you look at this, as far as what's going on, I have never in my life heard that somebody was not competent enough to understand and get through a legal proceeding. That's who he gave the gun to and sent in to do the robbery. When you hear stuff like this, what do you think the result was going to be if we knew that before? Of course it was, bruh, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I've never heard of this in my life. We've all heard like, oh, he trying to get the insanity plea or something like that. Or, oh, man, yeah, some people come in and they just be wacky in the courtroom. And just think about that. They be wacky in the courtroom as far as some of the insane people. Whatever evaluations they got going on with him, these other people, I guess they bypass that or something has changed. But the insane people make it into the courtroom. And then they like, you know what? Now we got to do evaluations. Now we got, okay, he's insane. That's how, from my experience, from what I've seen, let me not say from my experience, but from what I've seen, that's how it usually goes. I've never seen it to where, bro, we can't even have this trial because this nigga, his brain just ain't capable. And he's not a vegetable or nothing like that. So with that being said, this is insane by itself. But even when it comes to the streets are full of guys like this. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So with that, I don't even know what to make of this. Yes, I hope justice is served. When it comes to the dad, he is a grade A fine piece of shit. Like just the greatest grain of shit for sending his child in with that gun and sitting in the car. Insane. I don't have more to say, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. I'm gone.